Right, hello, it's Plant Life Forever 69 and I thought today we could talk a little bit about how to look after your Venus flytraps. So I'll be giving you some general care tips and kind of showing off my Venus flytraps as usual. So yeah, let's get on with that. So I thought I would just quickly show you how I've actually got some of these plants set up. So these are mostly carnivorous plants. I've got a random string of pearls and a random chain of hearts there, but for the most part they're carnivorous. So there's the nepenthes there, that's the Cephalotus follicularis, the lads, Vlad, pygmy sundews, and we've got the DCXL and the Switzerland giant there. But as you can see, they're all in trays. They're all in trays of really shallow water. Don't talk about the Cephalotus now. That's a different video. Venus flytrap trays. You can't really see, but they are in just really shallow water. I don't keep them in a lot of water. And in fact, these little ones here, the lads, they're not in any water, but they don't really need to be because they are moist to the touch. So I don't feel like I need to have them in water at the moment. So that's just a demo, I guess, on how I keep them in water. So if I grab one of these boys over here, we'll get my DCXL, which I got yesterday. It's absolutely massive. Beautiful, beautiful plant. So yeah, the first thing that you should know about these guys is they are quite rare in the wild due to poaching. And they grow in bogs in North and South Carolina only. You don't find them anywhere else in the world. There is only one species, and anything else, so this guy here, he is a cultivar. He's not a new species, just bred to be absolutely massive. So that's the first thing. They're from North and South Carolina. They get poached a lot because they're so cool. That's the only reason I can think of that people would poach them. And the soil that they grow in these bogs in North and South Carolina is really low in nutrients. So that's why you find a lot of carnivorous plants in bogs and marshes, because that soil that they grow in is so low in nutrients that they need to supplement the nutrients by eating insects, and that's why they evolved to have these traps. So it's very important that the soil has no nutrients in it. So that brings us on to the first kind of care tip about them. If you're going to repot them from the pot that you got them in, then you need to pot them in a soil that is either especially for carnivorous plants, that has a very low nutrient content, or you can make your own out of peat and perlite, or you can use peat and sand, you can use sphagnum moss, but make sure it's organic peat, always organic, and inert sand. I would recommend you just buy a carnivorous mix from a seller, an online retailer, or a garden centre. I got mine from the garden centre and they've been fine. So yeah, make sure you get the right soil for them, because it's very important that they don't have nutrients in their soil, because it will kill them. It will burn the roots and it will kill them. They're used to a very high water content in the bog, obviously, which is why people choose to stand them in trays of water, and I have mine in a shallow tray of water as well. So they like lots of water, and it has to be distilled, deionized, or rainwater, unless you have tap water that is extremely low in the fluorides or any other kind of stuff that they add to it. Unless it's really low in minerals, please don't use it. In fact, I would just not even try, because the likelihood is it's going to kill your plant. So please don't water them with tap water. I use distilled water. I just get this on Amazon, and that lasts me for about a month. Yeah, that's the watering really. They like lots, and they like it pure. Lots of water, lots of distilled water. Closely related to water is the humidity. In the bogs, they get quite a lot of humidity. I tend to keep mine at about 50% because that's comfortable for me, it's comfortable for them, and it's comfortable for my other plants that are a bit sensitive to humidity, like the cephalotus I have. She's not a huge fan of really high humidity, so I try to keep it more at the 50-60% kind of level. Don't like to let it get too much more below that. So yep, keep them humid, keep them wet or moist, and keep the minerals away from them. Keep the minerals away from them, please. They don't like it. So next, I guess, is sunlight. They absolutely love sunlight. They really, really love it. And the way you'll tell if your plant is thriving is most of them get this red coloration inside the trap. If you can see there in that big mouth. He's been living his best life in that nursery, and now he's come to me to probably not have quite as good care, but we'll do our best and we'll keep him nice and red as well. So that's a good sign if they're red. Don't be alarmed if they're not red. Some Venus flytraps don't go red at all. Some of them have been bred to not go red at all. And some of them have been bred to develop completely red traps, or specifically very red in the middle, or pink, or there's lots of different cultivars of fly traps. So don't feel bad if your fly trap isn't going red, but if you would like it to go red, then give it more direct sunlight and it should start to go red inside of its mouth. So yep, they love sun. It's very hard to give them too much sun. The only time I'd say where you need to be careful about how much sun they're getting is if you've just got it and it's been in a place where it's not had a lot of sunlight, and if you put it in the direct sunlight, all of the leaves will shrivel up and die. They'll go into shock, and then the plant won't be able to photosynthesize and it will unfortunately die then. So just be careful when you're introducing a new plant that you don't know if it's had the correct sunlight levels, etc. Be careful about putting that into direct sun. I'd recommend you did what I did with Mini Vlad in the Death Cup video, because he obviously needed that little time warming up to the sun. Just build them up, more and more sun as the weeks go by. They love the sun, they love the humidity, they love water, distilled water, no minerals please, they will die. If they start putting out really long leaves, like Vlad for example, he started putting out super long, like he's stretching out of the pot kind of leaves, that's a sign that he's not getting enough light. That's why I've got this light. That will help them just supplement the sunlight that they should be getting, that they're not getting exactly enough. Well, they're enough. It's enough to keep them alive, but it's not enough for them to really thrive. So I've got that lamp to supplement their growth. So this is, if I talk about the lamp as well, this is a cool daylight bulb. It's 6,500 Kelvin. That's the light temperature, the colour temperature of the light. So yeah, and that's about what you want. It's 20 watts, it's 1,300 lumens. Yeah. So it's bright. The only problem is I don't have a lamp that it screws into, so that should arrive today. But yeah, eventually I'll get the lamp set up. I've been waiting so long to get this lamp set up. It's coming, I promise. So during the summer, these guys need more water and they need more sunlight, a longer photo period, so longer days, and more sunlight. Therefore, I said that really weirdly, but you know what I mean. They need more sunlight in the summer and they need more water in the summer than they do in the springtime and the autumn time. And in winter time, they go dormant. If you're in the UK, you can expect them to be dormant for longer than other places. Typically, they're supposed to be dormant for about 3 months. So from about November, and then they'll wake up in the spring. In the UK, if you're not going to be simulating a photo period for them with lights, so if they're just outside or they're on your windowsill, they're obviously going to have to compete with UK weather and its craziness and its overcastness. You'll probably have a much longer dormancy of about 4 to 5 months. So they'll start going dormant in the earlier autumn, all the way through the winter until the spring. if you're growing them inside, it's recommended you put them in the fridge or a room that you're happy to get to about 4 to 8 degrees Celsius, because they like it to be cold. They need that drop in temperature for them to start going dormant, and they need the shorter days for them to start going dormant. If they don't have that, then they don't have a calendar. Like, they can't be like, oh, it's November, it's time to go to sleep. They need that the cues from the environment that they're in to actually go dormant. And if they don't get that dormancy period, they will weaken over the years and they will eventually die. So it's best to do that for them every year if you can. I'm going to be putting mine in the fridge, and I'll let you know how that goes, because I've never done that. So yeah, I'll let you know how that goes. So yeah, I think that's just about everything that I wanted to talk about. If I've missed anything out or you have any questions, then obviously leave a comment down below and I'll see if I can answer the question. I might not be able to, but we will see. But anyway, thank you so much for watching the video. Have a great day. Please leave a like or a comment and subscribe to Plant Life Forever 69. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. It's here. It's here. It arrived.